Sagittarius zodiac sign or dhanush. Yeah, dhanush rashi. As in for folks who have moon in dhanush rashi in their natal charts. Um, this is how life is going to be for the next few years. That is from 2025, 2026 until 2027. So Shani or Saturn will be there in their fourth sign pieces. Rahu will be traversing their third and second signs, which is Aquarius and Capricorn, or also called Kumbha and Makara respectively. And then Jupiter will be passing on through their seventh, eighth, ninth, and a little bit of 10th signs in this period of 2025 until 2027. And the rest of the planets just go through the zodiac like they normally do, traversing all the signs in this period. So let's see what this means for Sagittarius Rashi or Dhanush Rashi um, from their life events or life perspective. Because Shani will be there in pieces, it's called Ardhashtama Shani. So Ardhashtama Shani, they say it gives like at least half the problems that an Ashtama Shani gives. What I would say is definitely it's as bad as Ashtama Shani, maybe a little bit lesser compared to Ashtama Shani, but definitely it's bad in terms of the challenges it gives. Of course, you have to consider your Dasha Bhukti as well as other transits during this period as well, because when Saturn enters pieces on March 29th, 2025, Jupiter will be there in the last 9 degrees, like it has to still traverse the last 9 degrees of Taurus. It'll cross it by May 15th, and then Taurus um, being the sixth sign from Dhanush or Sagittarius, it has been giving you a lot of problems. But that may get a little bit accelerated in the first 1 month before it moves on to Gemini, which is the seventh sign from Sagittarius. When that happens, Jupiter's drishti on Sagittarius is a good thing. So even if Saturn is in fourth house aspecting your natal moon, still, because Jupiter also gives its drishti, it's called um, Kala and Jiva, both aspecting your natal moon at the same time. Kala is time, represented by Saturn, and Gemini you have Jupiter representing Jiva or life. So there will be some life-changing events that will happen during this time, which will suddenly, from that being just potent, it may actually burst into reality. And because Jupiter is involved for the most part, it's not going to be a bad event. It's going to be like sort of an event or turning point, I would say, in your life, which for the better. Though it may be like when you go through it, you may feel a bit challenging and very tough and hard work involved, but the fruit or the result will be good. But yeah, that's what I foresee in the first 1 year, because Rahu is good in this first 1.5 years from 2025 May until December of 2026, because it traverses through your third house, giving you a lot of energy to do your hobbies, to be creative, to have good relationships with your siblings, to do some short distance travels which will be successful. But anyway, Rahu does not pose any challenges during this period. It's going to like alleviate some of the problems. So it's a matter of what Saturn and Jupiter does. And Jupiter, as I mentioned, for the first 1 year from 2025 May to May 2026, it's going to be good. Good time. But after that, Jupiter will go into your 8th house from your natal moon, while Saturn is still in 4th house. Be it that Jupiter is exalted in Cancer and it will aspect rashi lord, that is the lord of the lord of the house where moon is placed in natal chart, which is Sagittarius. So that aspect is a good aspect onto Saturn, though it is from 8th house. So suddenly some events may happen, which you may have, which is unexpected, which is a bad, which is sort of like not something that is pleasurable from Jupiter transit perspective. Um, so you will have to look out for it. But even then, it aspects Saturn, so sort of like at least Saturn's crazy or bad karma is sort of mitigated because of Jupiter aspect. But at the same time, Jupiter being in itself being in 8th house will be challenging. It will induce some bad karma your way. You have to be careful during that time, especially because it's exalted sitting in 8th house, so it may give exalted 8th house results, which is not really that great. But at least its drishti will be good. In other words, the drishti of that Jupiter being your natal moon's lord on Saturn will at least mitigate all the Saturn or Ardhashtamashani problems of Saturn city, which is sitting in 4th house. That being related to property, there'll be some property related challenges because of Saturn. Your mother may undergo some very tough health issues. Um, that may that may be a little bit problematic, um, leading to endings. Um, you have to be careful about that. Take her to good hospitals. Take good care of her. The reason I'm saying this is because it also obviously depends on your dasha and bhukti. If the dasha and bhukti is good, none of these transits will have such a negative impact. But even then, because Jupiter will be in 8th house and then Saturn is in 4th house, and when Rahu goes to 2nd house, which will be somewhere at the end of December 2026, that is the end of 2026 onwards, that is when you really have to take good care of your mother, because there is a great chance that she may fall, she may get into ill health, and then um, and then that may lead to some endings, because at the end of the day, Pisces is also the last rashi of Kala Purusha, which signifies endings, and at that time, somewhere in Jan 2026 onward, Jan 2027 onwards, Saturn will still be sitting in Pisces, and then Jupiter will be in Cancer, though it traverses multiple signs, but there are phases where it will be in Cancer, and then Rahu will be in 2nd house of Capricorn, which is still Saturn's rashi. It's as though Saturn is sitting there, because there's a saying Shanivat Rahu, which means Rahu is like Saturn. So that's when you have to be extremely careful as far as your growing up family members go, especially your mother. And that's the time you really have to take good care of your mother. Make sure that her diet is good. Give extra special attention to your mother, and ensure all her needs are taken care of, and have a good plan around her health. So after that, Jupiter will go into 9th house. That is, it'll go into 9th house somewhere around 2027 mid, because 26 to 27 it'll be in Cancer for the most part, and 2027 mid is when it comes to Leo. When it comes to Leo, it'll be in your 9th house. That's really a good time. All your problems will be sorted out, because by that time anyway, Saturn will be going out of your 4th house into your 5th house. That is when all your